Welcome back to K-Drama Haven, your ultimate escape into the dazzling world of Asian celebrity romance, emotional milestones, and once-in-a-lifetime moments that leave the entire internet speechless. If you thought you'd seen it all from Yulong and Yang Mei Mei, think again. Because what happened just hours ago is already being called one of the most ethereal, cinematic, and emotionally rich celebrations in celebrity history. Yes, the couple finally celebrated their baby boy's 100th day with a ceremony so beautiful, so deeply symbolic, and so visually breathtaking that fans around the world are still gasping in awe. Let's dive into every heart-stopping detail of the moment that brought together generations, culture, romance, and legacy in one unforgettable event. A celebration like no other. The morning of the ceremony began with mystery. No official announcement. No public invitation. No tabloid leaks. Just a sudden wave of whispers online. Fans noticed that several luxury black vans had pulled up at the secluded hilltop estate often rumored to be the couple's private family home. Soon after, drones caught a glimpse of floral arrangements being lifted by crane into a grand glass pavilion, a custom-built structure that shimmered like a crystal dome under the golden light of sunrise. By noon, the guest list had arrived. And it wasn't just celebrities. This was an intergenerational gathering of legends, film directors, cultural icons, even royalty from neighboring countries, all dressed in soft hues of ivory and gold. It wasn't a red carpet. It was something more delicate, more sacred, like stepping into a dream woven by centuries of tradition and modern love. The couple's arrival, an emotional moment that shook the internet. Suddenly, the whispers stopped. The music began to shift. A hauntingly beautiful string quartet played a melody never heard before, later revealed to be composed by Yulong himself during the first month of his son's life. The glass doors of the pavilion opened slowly. A breeze drifted through. And then, hand in hand, Yulong and Yang Mei Mei appeared. She wore a custom Hanfu-inspired gown hand-embroidered with phoenixes and peonies, symbols of eternal love and motherly grace. Her hair was delicately braided with tiny pearls, and in her arms she cradled their baby boy. His little cheeks were dusted pink from the cool air, his gaze wide and curious. Yulong, ever the protector, walked just beside them, holding a ceremonial fan engraved with the child's birth poem. As the trio stepped into the pavilion, hundreds of cherry blossoms descended from the sky, released from above in a coordinated cascade. Guests rose to their feet in silent reverence. And somewhere in the crowd, someone whispered, "This feels like a fairy tale." The meaning of the 100th day, a tradition honored with modern grace. In many East Asian cultures, a baby's 100th day marks survival, strength, and the start of a long life. But Yulong and Yang Mei Mei didn't just follow tradition. They elevated it. The ceremony included a wish scroll ritual, where close family and friends wrote down hopes and blessings for the child's future. These were placed into a golden time capsule to be opened on his 18th birthday. One particularly moving moment? When Yang Mei Mei's grandmother, age 91, stood to recite an ancient lullaby passed down through 7 generations. As her voice trembled with emotion, tears filled the eyes of even the most composed guests. The baby, nestled in his mother's arms, looked up and smiled, as if he understood. A name revealed, and it shook fans to the core. And then came the moment no one saw coming. The name reveal. In a flourish of light, the entire dome shifted hues, transforming into a sky of stars. Yulong stepped forward. With Mei Mei beside him, he gently raised their baby's tiny hand to press against a glowing scroll. As it unfurled, characters shimmered into view. Tianran, meaning natural sky, or heaven's innocence. The name alone brought the crowd to its feet. But it was the backstory that truly unraveled hearts. Mei Mei explained, "We chose Tianran because he came into our lives like air, unseen yet vital. He didn't just arrive. He transformed our world into something softer, kinder, and more free." Surprise performances and heartfelt gestures. Just when fans thought the emotions had peaked, surprise after surprise followed. A holographic performance of Mei Mei's late father appeared on screen, reciting poetry for his grandson. A touching lullaby recorded by Yulong during late-night feedings played softly during the baby's ceremonial first walk across a red silk carpet. Then came the celebrity performances. A reimagined orchestra version of Yulong's hit drama soundtrack brought the entire garden to tears. Yang Mei Mei's former co-star danced barefoot beneath a canopy of fireflies. Every scene felt like something out of a drama, but this time, it was real. The baby's first gift, and the legacy he already carries. Near the end of the evening, the couple presented their son with his first family heirloom, a jade pendant carved into the shape of a dragon embracing a phoenix. This isn't just a symbol, Yulong explained. It's a reminder that he comes from fire and flight, from strength and peace, from two people who never imagined this joy would be possible until he arrived. Fans across the globe flooded the internet with emotional responses. The hashtag #UTianRan 100 days trended #1 across Asia within minutes. Artists began sketching the baby's face based on the partial glimpse caught on live stream. Others created fan songs, poetry, even lullaby covers dedicated to the new star of the Yu family. Behind the scenes, the moments fans weren't supposed to see. While the official ceremony was breathtaking on every level, what happened behind the scenes, away from the press, beyond the cameras, turned this celebration into a once-in-a-lifetime emotional whirlwind. According to trusted insiders and exclusive footage leaked only moments ago, several jaw-dropping, deeply personal moments occurred in the private family garden after the last guest departed, moments that are already being whispered about in fan circles as the real highlight of the day. The midnight prayer, a family's private blessing. Just after midnight, when the moon hung full above the hilltop estate, Yulong and Yang Mei Mei reportedly brought baby Tianran to the ancestral lantern garden, a quiet, sacred space where generations of Yu family members have prayed for strength, guidance, and longevity. Only close family were present. No cameras. No lights. Yang Mei Mei, dressed in a soft jade-green cloak, stood barefoot on the dew-kissed grass while holding Tianran close to her chest. Yulong gently lit a lantern with a hand-carved flame etched into the glass, a symbol of protection passed down from his grandfather. Together, they whispered a family vow that made one elder tear up on the spot. "We vow to guide you, protect you, and set you free. We vow to be your home and your wings. And even when we are dust beneath your feet, our love will light the path you choose." Moments later, dozens of lanterns were lifted into the night sky, each carrying a handwritten message from a different family member. The sky was transformed into a floating sea of golden stars. Tianran's first word. Did it happen during the ceremony? Here's the moment that has fans spiraling with joy and disbelief. Several guests have come forward claiming that baby Tianran may have uttered his very first word during the ceremony, and it wasn't mama or baba. Apparently, during the soft flute performance by Yulong's cousin, Tianran raised his tiny hands, smiled, and let out a clear, melodic sound, hi, which many believe was him trying to mimic the word for see or hello. The moment was captured faintly on a background mic. Though it hasn't been confirmed officially, fans are already calling it a sign that the child carries not just beauty and legacy, but music in his very soul. What comes next for the royal family of entertainment? Insiders revealed that the couple plans to retreat for a while longer into private family life, but not before releasing an official short film about the ceremony, narrated by Yulong and featuring real footage of Tianran's first laugh, first handprint, and even the moment he fell asleep mid-ceremony in his mother's arms. The final moment of the event? As the stars began to peek through the velvet sky, Mei Mei stood on the edge of the garden holding Tianran, while Yulong played the guqin behind her. No words, no speeches, just music, wind, and the sight of a new generation watching the world with wonder. Let us know in the comments, what was your favorite moment from Tianran's 100th day celebration? And what blessing would you give him if you could write on his wish scroll? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because if there's one thing we've learned about Yulong and Yang Mei Mei, it's that their love story is far from over.